when you look at some of the technology, most of it isn't coming through kind of like NHS organisations. So I think we should be kind of, working in partnership a lot more, and obviously, people need to think about their own, profitability and everything else. But, if we go for a pilot, everyone's kind of, got a way out if it doesn't work, if you agree the parameters of what you're trying to achieve. So I think, I think that's great. And I think that's something that we, should be doing more of.
Yeah. And what are the kinds of things that you'd be thinking about? Is it, have you got a technology? Is it, can you help me with workforce? Is it, can you help me with data and understanding the population? Are there specific areas, or is it just kind of?
So, I mean, the thing from a data perspective, the NHS has got so much data, it's untrue. Whether we use it well is another question. I think, there is work, isn't there, across the country with different systems in relation to understanding their population better, stratifying that population. And I don't think sometimes we've got a good history in that. So I think there's an open door there. And I think, some people have had some success in that. I think there's, things around understanding, like our lifestyle choices and really getting to know our consumers. I mentioned Tesco's before, I'll mention Tesco's again, but obviously there are other supermarkets. And I suppose, on a sensible note, in terms of, I mentioned the ICS priorities before, but, we've got to get, better. We've just got so much information. You look about, we've got QoF. We don't talk about QoF as much as we used to, but it is still there, and it will give us, an understanding of perhaps, where we've been, what our current sort of like baseline is. And we've got that much kind of coming out of secondary care. It's ridiculous because we count every widget that kind of, goes through. But to me, I think the population health management, things around that, being able to stratify, understanding our population, because we've never really taken that. We're a reactive health service, aren't we? So how do we make us more preventative to aim at the services that we need to target? So I think that's where there's an open door, and I still think there's an open door on the technology side of things.